In today's video, I'm going to show you how to sew this stunning luxury kit party dress step by step. It's the kind of dress that turns head at birthdays, weddings, and special events. But here's the thing. Learning how to sew this dress is just one part of the story. The other part is learning how to turn designs like this into real income. That's why I launched another new YouTube channel called Fashion Finance, where I teach the business side of sewing, how to price your work, manage your finances, and even invest in your sewing business so it keeps growing. So in this video, you'll not only learn how to make this luxury dress, but I'll also drop business tips you can use right away. And if you want to dive deeper into the money side of fashion, make sure you subscribe to my new channel, Fashion Finance. I'm going to drop the link in the description. My name is Ajulam. Let's get started. Here are the things I'm going to be using to create this beautiful outfit. Now I have a leftover here, as you can see. This is just few small pieces. I'll be using this for the upper side, and this is going to be the base before the straps that will lay over it. So I'll use this for the base for both the front and back. Then I have my black this is a Mikado fabric, so I'll be using this to create all the strap that will lay in front. I'll use this, and of course I have my lining, my satin, and of course my net. So for the net, I'm working with 10 yards of net. Okay, so we're going to quickly start with the pattern itself, which is the most important part of today's tutorial. So here I have my basic bodice pattern drafted out. If you don't know how to draft a basic bodice pattern, I already have a detailed video on that, so you can check out my description to see the link to the video. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to create the button allowance. The front side is going to have a button which is just going to be like a fancy. We'll not open it, it's just going to sit there, because for the back side I'll be adding a zipper to it. Now for the button allowance, I'll use 1 inch. You can also use 0.75, but for this I'll use 1 inch. Meanwhile, this pattern is for a 3-year-old. Okay, so I'll just quickly come here and mark my 1 inch. Okay, this is my 1 inch right there. So I'm going to continue that way. Okay, so what I have here is 1 inch already. So I'm going to, before extending the neckline, I'll take it up a bit, because for the neckline is supposed to be a little fitted to the neck like a shirt. So what I have here is 2 1/4. I'm going to make this 1.75, which is here because I want it to be a little fitted. So I'm going to extend it to the 1 inch button allowance and then connect the neckline. This is the neckline that I'll now be working with. So I'm going to quickly connect. And this is the new neckline. Okay, so this is off. This is off. All right. Okay, so after doing this, the next thing to do is to create where I want all my straps to lay in the front. Okay, now all the straps is going to be only at the front, and somehow for the back side I'll be putting like straps halfway, while the other side will be plain. I'll also show you how to do that. Okay, so for the straps I'll be using 1 inch spacing. If you want, you can use 1.5 inch spacing. Now this is my actual shoulder line. This 1/2 inch here is the joining allowance, so I'm starting from the actual shoulder measurement. So this is my 1 inch. I'll come to this part and note it, and then I'll connect straight. Now after doing this part, the next thing to do is to decide how wide you want the strap to be. Okay, so for your strap, you can decide to make it 1 inch. You can decide to make it less than that. Is still okay. So I'm going to be making mine 1 inch. So I'm marking the 1 inch here, and then the 1 inch here. Now this is the strap. Okay, while this part is going to be open. So I'm going to note that S to know the part that is the strap. So this is the strap. I'm just using S to note it. Okay, then I'm going to continue like that. After this point now, I'll come from this point, I'll mark my 1 inch. Okay, and then I'll continue from this part. Okay, I don't want this place, I want it to be open, so I'll just continue from this actual neckline. Now you can also decide to make yours to lay straight. Okay, so this is my 1 inch. I will just connect it straight because I want this part now to be straight. Okay, so I'm going to connect it straight like this. Okay, now you see what I have here. This part is not going to be open. I will also show you how I will end up, closing this space that is here. So I'll keep on going that way, maintaining my 1 inch now. Just straight. And then I'll connect. So I'll take this all the way down. Okay, so this is the strap. I'm using S to note the part that is the strap. Always remember to do that. So this is 1 inch. All right, here you can see that I've completed my strap for the front. You can see the spacing that I have. But before I cut this out, I'm going to adjust this part a bit because I don't want all the strap to get all the way to this armhole area. So what I'm going to do is to divide what I have on these shoulder parts. Here I have 2¼ okay. So if you decide to divide by 2, this is the point. You can also divide by 3. It all depends on how you want this dress to look after sewing. So I divided by 2, and then I'll come to this down part. Remember that this is my button allowance, so I will not be including it now. I will just measure what I have, the actual measurement here, and which is 5.75, and then divide into 2 as well, and then I'll connect it straight to the shoulder area. Now you can see what I have. Don't worry, it's not confusing. So this part is going to be my material, while all my strap will only be this here. Okay, so this is going to be my material. My straps will just be this. Now for the back side, like I said, I will not be adding straps all over. So all I need to do is to decide where I want my strap to start or end. Now for the straps, I'm going to put it in between the pattern. Okay, now this is my zipper side. All I need to do on this part is to leave like 1½ or even 1 inch, because I also don't want my strap to get all the way to the zipper side. So all I need to do is to mark where I want my strap to either start or end. I am using 1 inch for the back, so I'll just connect. Okay, and then for this end I am doing the same. I'm using 1 inch as well for the side. Okay, so for this particular side, instead of 1 inch, I'll just make it say 2 inches this end. If you want, you can also repeat what I just did here, to get this part. So I'll connect. Okay, so this is where my strap will come in. This is my fabric part. Okay, so I'm going to use the 1 inch. The same thing I did here, I'm going to repeat it here. So I use 1 inch spacing. That's what I'm going to do all through and connect to a straight line, and then mark the one that is the strap and leave the one that is not the strap the way it is. Right, so for this tutorial, just make sure you take your time, don't rush it, and go through the video. So I'll quickly connect. So this is my strap, this is the strap, this is the strap, and this is the strap. Now you can see my pattern is ready. I'm going to quickly cut this out so we can start the sewing. All right, here you can see I just finished cutting out all my materials. I used my pattern and placed them on my material and then cut each of them very well. After cutting, I took my time to arrange all the pieces accordingly because I don't want to mix any pattern, any part from the back with the front side. So I took my time arrange it very well and then pin them. So for the base, I am using my net because I don't want the strap to lay exactly on the skin. So the strap will lay on my net. So I think I cut out 3 pieces each. That is, each panel is 3 pieces because I'm going to use this same net as the lining so that we'll have a very clean finish at the end of the day. So that is what I just did. And then remember that we did a lot of slashing here. So anytime you slash, make sure to add your 1/2 inch for joining allowance. So I included that when I was cutting this on my fabric. So after everything, I just place them accordingly, pin them, and then stitch all together. Just keep on watching, take your time and go through them. It's very simple, very easy. All you need to do is just to take your time and go through this video. You can use this method but work with your own measurements. Here you can see that I'm just arranging my material. I use my pattern to place on my net. Remember, the net is the base, so I use my pattern to place on my net to make sure that it's sitting exactly where it's supposed to sit. And for the panels, I'm working with 5 inches and 3 inches wide. Okay, so I use that after measuring it 5 and 3. I now stitch it together, just to get the strap, the simple way we create strap. After doing your strap, the next thing to do is just to give it a good press and then place it on the part that you note that your strap should sit. Okay, you can see from my pattern, I indicated where I want the strap to sit and the part that is going to remain open. So that is just what I did here. This video is going to have part 2 because I want to really take my time to show you how to achieve this look step by step. So if I want to put everything together in this video, it's going to be too long. So I'm going to be cutting it into 2. So make sure to check out my next upload. Is going to be the completion of this outfit. If you're enjoying this kind of step-by-step tutorial and would love to learn advanced sewing technique, I also have online sewing courses where I teach everything from cutting to finishing. And if you sometimes struggle with measurements, I created kit size charts in inches designed specially for professional tailors to make sewing faster and stress-free for them, because you don't have to guess sizes. You can grab your own copy. The link is going to be in the description below. Here I just completed one side of the back, as you can see. So the other part of the back, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I might not be showing it here, but just know it's the same thing that I did here. I'm going to be repeating it for the other side. You know, the other side of the back, we're going to be adding zipper to the back. So whatever I did here, I will repeat that for the other side as well. Like I said earlier, there's going to be a part 2 of this tutorial, so make sure to check out my next upload so you can see how to join everything plus the skirt part, and then how to give it a very clean finish. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one.